Alright, so in this video we're going to take a look at our brand new pack, Makina Legends Volume 1, and I'm going to go through the different folders inside and show you exactly what's in it. So starting off, we've got construction kits. These are the kits for 6 different songs, and they contain all of the Midi files and the WAV loops, so you can have a flick through the WAV loops and you can chuck them straight in, or if you're more experienced you can dive into the Midi files and you can tweak them and run them through your own samples and your own VSTs. So to get an idea before you dive into the MIDIs, you can have a listen to these WAV parts so you know exactly what the melodies sound like and the pads, the piano and all those different parts. So first off, I'll show you a couple of the WAV loops. To produce in, or you're just looking for some inspiration, these are going to come in really handy because you can just drag and drop these parts in, and they'll also mix with the other loops in the pack, and you can use the samples as well, or tweak the midis or whatever you want. So there's quite a lot of freedom to play around in there. And then next we've got effects, so you've got all your booms, downsweeps and rises. These rises are time synced, so it doesn't matter what time your project's at, you can drop it in and it'll fit exactly to the right amount of bars. So you can see we've got 16 beat one there, 32 beat one here, and then I can change my project tempo and it'll still stay locked in. So it doesn't matter what tempo I've got, I can just chuck these in and they're always going to fit, I don't need to tweak them. And then next we've got 3 FL Studio projects. And these projects have been made out of only the parts that are in this pack, no VSTs or any third party stuff, it's all just the samples and loops from this pack. This project's a little more basic, just showing how you can use different loops from the loops folder. Alright, so next up we've got the loops folder, and within that there's quite a lot of different folders. So we've got acid loops here, and these are all set to C and F sharp. So with these you can drop them in and then you can pitch them up or down to match your bass key. So for example, at the moment we've got C and F, so we've got C and we've got F. If your bass key was an E, you would just choose the F one and then pitch it down 2 notes. Or if you were on a D, you would just get the C one and then pitch it up 2. And then next we've got bass and stab loops. So I've done 3 that are northeast style and 3 that are Spanish style. And then we've got drum loops, and within that there's a load more folders. So we've got claps, cymbals, which are your hi-hats, crashes and rides. And then we've got kicks. And percussion loops. So there's like break beats and more interesting loops than just the single layered ones. These are a bit more technical. These are really good for your intros or for your breakdowns, or just for putting behind your kick and bass. If you EQ the low end off them, then they do quite good as like high end percussion. And then snares, these are just your build up snares. And then we've got a couple of fills in here. Miscellaneous loops here. I've just got a couple of things which I didn't know how to categorize. And then we've got these loops which are like screechy or squeaky synth loops. And again, these are in the same pitches, or there's a couple that are that screechy that it doesn't really matter what bass note you're in. And then midis, I've put 6 MIDI melodies in there. And these are unused melodies, so I've not released them. And then in samples, we've got a big folder of bass samples. So we've got digital bass, we've got Spanish, like bass and stab. And then low bass, this is like your sub to mid bass, like the body of the bass. And then these ones here are more stabby. Then we've got kicks, so there's a load of kicks here if you don't want to use the loops. Leads, I've included a load of leads here, so if you don't have any VSTs you can just use these leads. And I used a couple of leads in this classic Makina project, so that was made purely just with these leads instead of using any VSTs. And you can also run these through Pandora too. If you've got that off our website, you can just load the folder and then you can use them in Pandora with your like reverb and delay in the VST. And then next we've got percussion, so this is just claps, hi-hats, crashes, open hats. So yeah, This is available on our website now if you want to check it out. There's also a little taster pack as well if you want to download some other parts from these construction kits and just check out the quality yourself. So yeah, thanks for watching.